branded products, those are really expensive for middle class of India.
Right.
So how you feel that gap?
And you're also paying for the label, the brand, the name. So what I did is I removed that premium price.
It's really a very noble thing to do.
Got selected in TCS and it was a very easy thing I did there. During the final interview round, told the interviewer that please do not write my name. I don't want to do job. The HR got very furious at me. It was like, what a big opportunity you are going to lose. We will ban you. I came back home and my mom dad asked me what happened. I said I didn't got selected.
That's crazy. One trend in fashion that will die in next 3-4 years.
This is again can be a very controversial topic because no trend in fashion lives forever.
Biggest learning from your journey so far.
Listen to the customers because your customer can make your brand and your customers can break your brand.
Hello viewers, welcome to the D2C Stories podcast, the future of D2C told through stories and powered by expert. I am your host Vinit Agarwal. Today's episode is exciting because we are talking about one of the most competitive and emotional category in India, and that is fashion. Fashion is not just about clothing anymore. It's identity, confidence, self-expression, and increasingly technology also nowadays. And joined us today is someone building exactly at that intersections, creativity, commerce, and intelligence. Please welcome Apurva, founder of Lukse. Apurva, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, sir. Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Apurva. So, Apurva, before we talk about Lukse and such a beautiful brand you have created, so let's talk about yourself. Like at such a young age, you have also worked in like few very huge corporates like Amazon, and also I read about some California-based AI company. And now you are starting this beautiful fashion brand. Tell us your story. Where you started? What fueled you to create such a like? How was your young starting before you started Lukse?
So I completed my honors in finance. Then I completed my master's in finance. After that, I started with PwC firstly. So I went there. So my entire that was a basic routine you can say of our college like habit. So everyone PwC and Deloitte used to come a campus interview and we had two options either PwC, some used to get selected in PwC India, other used to get selected in DC department was there. So I got selected in PwC India. So all my friends and me and we all went to PwC India. So now the thing is I only worked there for a single day and I left the job. I worked there for a single day because the reason when I went there, I saw that the job here is very monotonous and there is no creativity in it. We are working with a set defined rules that okay, this is the work, this is the rule, and this is how you're going to do it, and you need to do it in this particular way. So I found it quite monotonous and I didn't found it like very creative. And that time again was a pre-COVID, you can say the situation was like that something is going to come like that. The situation was that again I didn't found that job to be very monotonous kind of things, and I talked to few peers and they said yeah, this is how you work in PwC and this is good for your career, this is very good need to start your career with. But the next day I quit. Now second thing is now.
So before you get into more details on that, so let me ask you how you become so fearless, like dropping out of PwC, such a huge organization in such a young age. How you get that sense of freedom? How you become so fearless? What powered your freedom such a way?
I don't know, sir, that what actually gives me that courage to do that because it was really not advisable by anyone. Even I got a
True.
bad scolding from my teachers, my parents. Like everyone said that it is the best platform. It's the best company to start your career with. But I think that whatever I wanted to do, I cannot do that organization because I'm not saying it's a very big organization and definitely huge respect for that as well. But found that cannot contribute much here because I always wanted to do something creative, something innovative, and I cannot use anything innovative here. cannot do anything creative here because this is a very big organization and it works with a very clear set of instructions and they follow a set of patterns and rules. At the later stage I could be creative and suggest changes or anything. I don't know because I didn't work there for a longer period of time. I just worked for a single day. But still, I found that till the time I will reach that west many years of my life here, and I'm not ready to do that.
Wow, that's so powerful. So tell me, what happened after PwC?
After PwC, I got a very bad scolding, and then I gave an interview at TCS. Again, out of no wish from my end, my entire second friends batch was going to TCS. So they said, come, join us. We are going for an interview. So I got selected in TCS, and then it was a very easy thing I did there. So during the final interview round, whoever came, we all sat in a single room and then writing down the final candidate's name. Told the interviewer that please do not write my name. It was like, you got selected, you know that, right? I said, yeah, I know that, but I don't want to do job because all my friends came here and I was pressurized to come here and give an interview, so I gave. But I'm telling you that do not write my name because there are candidates who are waiting outside and they want this job and they will do it as well. At the last, I won't be doing it, so it's better you give it to them. And interviewer, the chart who was sitting there, got very furious at me. She was like, do you know what you are speaking? Do you know what a big opportunity you are going to lose? We will ban you. If you are not ready for your job, why you came and wasted our time? I was like, I'm sorry. That's why I'm asking you not to write my name. I'm saying you with very honesty not to do that. So you were like, we will ban you. You won't be able to sit for interview for the next 5 years here. And it's like, I'm really sorry for that. Then also she gave me the appointment letter and she said, go, I'm giving you this, take the decision, you have 7 days. And I came back home and my mom dad asked me what happened. I said, I didn't got selected. So
That's crazy.
that was the craziest thing I've done in my life. Then actually I wanted to start my business. Then I mom that said, okay, now you don't want to do job, you tell me what you want to do. So I said, I want to start my own business and I want to start something of my own. Then my mom dad said, like, in my entire family history, no one has ever done business. No one from my parents' side had done business. So they said, like, how you're going to do that? Tell me. Do you know how to do business? Do you know how might be attracted to the glamour of the business? But you don't know how challenging it is to run a business. Are you ready for that? Do you know even how to run it? What are your plans? I said, do I know nothing about it? I don't even know like from where to start and what to start. But still, I know one thing that I'm going to do it. So let me plan accordingly. And this was pre-COVID. Again, this was the moment. So I started and I just asked my friends a random question. I wanted to start my business. What to do? Again, we are all from the same batch. We did our masters in finance. So we came up with a very good conclusion. Start with a private limited company. Go register the company first. So I said, okay, now nothing was planned, like what I need to do and all. So and I asked myself for very few details. I had a very good conversation with myself only, with no one. I actually asked myself because everyone said that we don't know what to do. You decide what you want to do. So I just asked myself very one question, that what I am passionate about. What is the one thing which I can work for and I can work on it forever without getting bored, and I can do that. And that answer came is fashion, because I myself was very interested into this fashion industry. So I said, okay, let me start something fashion only. And that's how Lukse was born.
Wow, that's so nice, so beautiful, and so powerful. Now, as I know, your family comes from like your parents are doctors and teachers. No one is from entrepreneurship. And when your parents asked that what do you wanted to be, and you said you wanted to start something of your own. So when did you realize that you wanted to do something of your own, and why?
So as I said that from very beginning, I realized that I want something of my own. I don't want to do job. As I said, like my entire family, seen my entire family doing government jobs, and I have like again huge respect for every profession and everything. But the thing is, like, they didn't had freedom. They had everything, but they didn't had freedom. They used to
Okay.
again go by one certain rules. that okay, I need to go to office in this particular time only. I cannot be late. I cannot take holidays. There are certain responsibilities. Even if I am sick, I am going. Even if it's raining, I am going. I cannot be late. I can't come home early or do anything like that. So I always thought as like a kind of prison. And secondly, it was a fear deep rooted inside me that the world is so big and there is so much things to do, so much things to learn from. How can one person devote their entire life to one single organization? Because life is so big, you can discover so many things. So
Sure.
how to that thing was there. So switching in career was not something which I seen growing up because everyone was a government employed. So everyone stick to certain profession and my dad is a doctor. So he was again very professional as well.
Sure. So I also know that everyone wanted the freedom which you ran for, but very few are willing to pay the price of uncertainty. So as you are into your dream job of being an entrepreneur, do you regret of not joining a PwC, not continuing with PwC or TCS and starting this?
Absolutely not. Don't.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't at all. So, before again starting Lukse, I have certain corporate experience which I have to do. See, the reason is as soon as I planned for my business, what happened is COVID came and everything went to shut down. We didn't had any choices. We need to stay at home because everything was shut down, and that was the most challenging phase to build a business. Even everything was in a lockdown position, and I didn't had that much capital also to invest. And what needs to be done? So at time again, I was thinking like, okay, if I just sit idle, it's better to do something than sitting idle. And that time I gave my interview on Amazon and I got selected. So I worked in Amazon, and one of my friends, or you can say it like he was my trainee in mentor in Amazon first. So later on, we became good friends. That person referred me to another company. That's an AI company I worked with in California. So from there, I gained my corporate experience. Yeah, it was a very good learning as well. I learned a lot, and one thing I learned in Amazon is how to take customer insights and their culture of everything. Like today's day one, like starting everything from the scratch. And so this was a very good concept I learned. I learned how to manage team, handle clients, how to deal with people, how to take decisions, and with people you should go forward with, how to build your own team, how to guide them, and how to train them. So these are the skills that actually help me to while I'm doing my Lukse, these are the skills which is still helping me today. So yeah, I'm grateful that during this COVID time I actually did corporate for a few times.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, that's super. So, Apurva, let's talk about the category. Fashion is very crowded. It's competitive, it's trend driven, and it's difficult to crack. So,
Right.
why fashion?
Because as I said, I'm very passionate about this industry. So this is something I can't stop myself to think about. I can think about fashion all the time. Like back in my head, there is always something going on. Okay, this brand is doing that. This brand is launching this. These are the designs which is in trend right now. These are the designs which people are buying. So this is something I enjoy doing. So I see that if you love your work, then the work is not a work anymore.
It completely makes sense. So, when you started Lukse, so what is the gap you noticed in the market that is missing, which you thought of filling?
I noticed a very big white space in the market. So what happens is even me and every woman I see that everyone wants to wear a designer wear brand, but not everyone can afford it. Okay, because they are very comes at a very premium prices. And secondly, when people cannot afford designer wear labels, what they go for is very cheap quality replicas, where the quality is completely compromised. Just that the design is there, but there is no quality. So there is a big white space that either you go for a very cheap quality replicas or you pay a very premium price. In between, nothing is there. Here, people have options in hand is the local boutiques. But again, local boutique is not something as a brand. Like, let's suppose I'm a customer, I'm a regular customer of a boutique here in Kolkata. What if I'm traveling to Mumbai and going to Delhi? I won't be having that boutique and I need something immediate there. I won't be having that boutique right now there to deliver it to me. Right. So that is again one, it is not everywhere present. So this is the gap I found in the market.
That's really nice. And I can connect. Yeah, definitely. When you see branded products, those are really expensive for middle class of India.
Right.
So how you fill that gap? Like when you pick up quality, it actually costs expensive raw materials. So how you fill that gap?
For that, I would say that I'm extremely grateful to my entire team. So what I did is from the very beginning, I hired Niftians. Okay, so they're very good in design. They are very good in this raw material procurements. And I actually went and onboarded a person who has around 27 years of experience in this raw material procurement. And I told them my concern that, see, that I want to create a designer wear brand, but I won't be able to give you a very premium price for the materials. But at the same point, again, I don't want customers to compromise on the quality. So, this hirings and this kind of collaborations actually helped me to get the kind of raw materials and actually get the insight. So, what happens is when you're paying a premium brand, you're also paying is for the label, for the brand, for the name. They are expensive because of the label, the brand, the name, the prestige they have created in the market, right? So they are also charging the customer because of this premium positioning in their market. So what I did is I actually built it in a very ground level. I worked with this designers. I worked with this kind of people who have previous experience working for this designer brands and celebrities. But I removed that premium pricing out of it. I didn't charge my customers 5x more just because of my brand name. I didn't do that. So when I eliminated that cost, I can easily cover that.
That completely makes sense, Purva. And it's really a very noble thing to do. So, yeah, that's really nice. So, tell me, as you know, we are a tech based company. So, tell us what kind of tech you have in your organization and how tech is driving your fashion business.
I think that in today's generation, tech is very important for every business because it gives you the accurate data that what needs to be done ahead, and it also helps you, a lot in decision making. So what happens in the market is a big celebrity designer picks a design and the entire market it starts copying. But instead of doing that, we use the technology and we identify, with the help of the technology, we actually identify and study what the consumer actually wants and at what price point they are looking to buy and what are the real taste of the customers. And based on those databases, we develop the designs. So this is brand which is actually made purely out of customers' choice and insights.
What kind of real technology you have to get those decisions and get those insights in place?
So my tech team is from IIT Mumbai, and I'm extremely blessed to have a great team and such a young stage of my company. They themselves develop this technology, and with the help of that, we study. Actually, we do a lot of studying of the market, that what trend is going on, what will be the future trends. And even my entire team of designers also help this future forecasting, that what's coming next. And we have planned ahead. Like, we are not designing just for today, we are also designing what's ahead in the fashion. So I'll tell you one example, that there was a viral trend which went very viral, Gemini sari trend, right? So the kind of prints that was using that particular time, all the kinds of prints they were using in that trends, that solid black sari, that solid red saris, the floral prints, all those designs were actually live in Lukse during that time. So we predict ahead, like, okay, this is the design which is going to come in the next course of months, and let's just plan ahead and do this design for the particular thing.
Wow, that's really interesting. So coming to tech, and as you know that AI is becoming so significant in any business we run. So if you wanted to grow, you have to use some sort of AI into your business. So I wanted to understand what kind of AI tool you have been using into your organization, if you are any, and how it is helping to grow your business.
So the technology which we are currently using is completely coded and designed by our in-house tech team. Okay, so we are not completely dependent on any outside AI or tech because of many reasons. We are also planning to come up with a lot of more technological things as well. And secondly is AI helps in a lot of ways. It helps in decision making. It also helps you take the decisions quickly, because if you are looking for some big data, and if you want to summarize it in a very short and in a very quick way, in that time AI also helps, and AI also helps us to take the referrals. Okay, that this is the thing which is actually going on. This is the other things which is actually people are accepting it, people are buying it, not buying it. So definitely it helps a lot. And we have recently also come up with virtual try-ons, which is again not something great which only we are doing, because that many of the brands are also doing it. And we have also coded with our website and developed it according to our customer needs accordingly in
That's
our
super.
website. Yeah, in our website, if any customer goes and they want to look that how will this product will actually look on me, they can try it on.
Oh, wow. So you have created your own virtual try-on in your
Right.
website. That's so nice.
The accuracy of our virtual try-on is very good in comparison to any other virtual try-ons, because we have trained our tech so well that now it is very hard when we are doing it. We understood that when it comes to fashion, there are so many fabrics, there are so many draping styles, there are, especially in ethnic wear, there are so many draping styles, because in Bengali they drape differently, in Maharashtra they do it differently, in other states they do it differently. There are so many materials to work with, so the accuracy level is very, very, very low. Because if I'm asking Google to create this kind of image, Google is creating, but again, the folds in that or any kind of look in that is when you see that image, you will be able to make out, okay, this is an AI generated image. That product in that garment that person is wearing is not real. That's a AI that easily people can guess, because it is hard. So we have actually developed, and now we are also in this prototype stage. Also, you can say that now, when we do our virtual try on and people actually see that, you won't be able to differentiate that whether it's a real image or it's an AI generated image, because the draping, the fall is so perfect and accurate that it is actually hard to differentiate, and which people actually need and will help them to buy, to make a better decision while buying our products.
That's really powerful. If you have created that, I will definitely try that out because we run a tech company and there can be a lot of things we can learn from you also on that. So now tell me, today is the age of social media and fashion brands are created born on social media. So how are you thinking about brand building in a world driven by reels, creators and short attention plan?
So I prefer more community building than just to rely completely on social media. So what I did in Lukse differently is, instead of first creating a social media and paying a lot of amount in advertisements and everything, I first understood that where my target customer will be actually. And I understood that, okay, I'm selling sarees and at this price point I'm selling. So more than Insta Reels, people will convert faster in stores. So if I can, crack the stores and make my collections available there, from there ask people to who have already bought our product to follow us over the social media page or to buy us through our website in the future, that's give us a very more powerful community than to just randomly come and post over Insta, because this fashion market is highly crowded, and it is very important that you stand out in that. And what I believe, that if you have a set of loyal customers who will actually buy your products out of from you, then that is very much important than having a lot of followers who are actually not buying anything from you. So that's how what we built differently. So we first established our offline distribution channel, and wherever we sold, whatever product we sold, we never did white labeling. We sold with Luxe's name and the same kind of boxing, packaging, and we maintained the price. It's not that in our website you will come and the price is cheaper, and in stores you will buy it at 3x price. No, we maintain the same price, same packaging, same level of quality from wherever you buy. So when people actually felt that product, when they saw the real difference, then they actually became our customers, and then they came organically, they followed our page. So I didn't invested even a single rupees in my social media advertising yet. Okay, we didn't started any kind of performance marketing or anything. Did it. It's not that it's not planned. Yes, in future we will do that, but till now we are growing organically, and I'm so blessed that we have like around 28,000 of loyal organic followers, which
Wow.
help us to whenever I'm posting a reel, not spending. I've seen in a lot of startup brands, what happens is you have a lot of followers in your account, but when you're posting your reel, the view are 3,000, likes are like 6, 7, 1, 2. Instead of investing a lot in performance marketing and everything, when you go to Luxe's page, you will see that our last reel we have posted reached a viewpoint of 1.1 million. So every reels we are posting is having like 90k views, 605k views, 1.1 million views. So people are actually, because whoever are following, they are real followers, they are real customers, they are actually loving any products which we are launching. So this what we have built differently, and now we can say that out of our followers, like if we have 27,000 people following us, they are not just our followers, but are our real customers and buyers. So whenever we launch, the chances of selling a product becomes much more higher.
Wow. So, which all channels you're selling right now? I understand you have cracked a series of offline stores. We'll discuss about that. And you are selling online also, right? On your website, on D2C. So, is there any other channel where you are selling Lukse product?
No, but we have planned that within a couple of months, we will be live on Nykaa Luxi, Myntra Luxi, Ajio Luxi, as well as that we are also targeting for our high segments. We are also targeting to be present in Azza Fashion as well. So we are coming in all the marketplaces.
That's so nice. So, for a lot of brand we work, we have always seen them cracking the online first, which is generally very easier to do, and then go into offline. And you have reversed the entire thing. So, how you have cracked offline? So, how many stores you are selling like tied up right now?
Currently, we are tied up with 150 plus stores.
All in Calcutta or the other parts of it?
Maximum of them are in Mumbai, Delhi. Very few are in Calcutta.
Wow, so nice.
We always, as I say, that this Luxi is not just another fashion brand. We are here with a mission and a purpose, and that mission and purpose should be fulfilled. And that is for customers feel like celebrity in our designer wear, and to make them feel confident about themselves. So we always study customers, what they want, where are they, where are my target customers are actually. So this is a brand for Gen Zs and the young age millennials. Now, even if in the Gen Zs and the young age millennials, I first figure out. So I do a filtration that okay, these are my target customer, and now where I can find them, and then I actually take my products there. Like we actually displayed Luxe's product in a lot of college campuses. We showed them that okay, this is the quality, this is the product. What do you feel about this brand? Will you wear this kind of design? If yes, then where you will wear, and at what price point are you willing to buy? So this kind of data actually help us to take a better decision. So when I was doing for stores also, we collected this data, and based out of this data, we got to know okay, currently whatever the designs we have, this kinds of design, because see, India is a very diversified country. It's like in here every state has their own personal choice and personal designs preferences and everything. One design which will be working in West Bengal might not work in Bombay. One design which is working in Mumbai might not work in again Andhra or any other part of the country. I'm not saying it about Western wear, I'm saying it specifically about sarees. So the thing is, I found that the designs we have currently, we can sell these designs in Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, and this kinds of designs works there. So I, instead of first reaching out and expanding in Kolkata, doing my expansion in Kolkata, I first reach out to these places wherever my customers are. I went to those places, and first we did a small kind of exhibitions with pop-up stores, kind of the thing. And then we started our offline distribution there. We talked with a lot of store owners. Because it is very hard for as a younger brand to any store owner believe that your product will actually work and stand out in the market and customer will actually buy. So we first created the curiosity of our target customers in that particular places, and then we informed them that okay, this product is available in this stores. Please go and buy that. So that's how we do.
That's super nice. So, currently, based on your like two channels, offline stores and your website, so
Right.
what is the percentage of overall sales you're doing on your website?
See, currently our website sales are not that high. It is 10 to 12%, and mainly sales through offline, because we are soon launching our Lukse daily wear collection. As we see that we are still selling in a very high price point. Whatever designs we are selling, it's like 8,000. Like compared to other designer wear brand, we are affordable, but it's like 8,000, 6,000, 5,000 products. So people generally prefer to buy this kind of prices in stores rather than in online website.
So you spoke about community building and you are selling offline very well. So how you follow up your customer who is buying from offline and driving them to online? How you are doing that?
So what we do is whenever you're buying any Lukse product, in that Lukse product, we give our product in a very good packaging, and we have a very good unboxing kind of thing. So, based on that, we ask the customer to follow us over social media, through where you will get updates of new designs, new catalogs, and whatever we are launching next. And when the customers come to our website, currently we are seeing that, because as we have launched this AI virtual try on, even without any advertisement, we are gaining a lot of traffic in our website. And secondly, for this, we understood that we have to come up with a product. Apart from sarees, also in ethnic wear, we have to come up with a daily wear product where can be a part of customers' everyday life. That's what our next goal. Because I have not started this brand very like years ago. It's very new brand, and the time we have started this brand was a festive season, and we know that during festive season everyone will buy sari, and this is the first summer
Yeah.
which we are experiencing after our launch. And so now we want to be a part of everyday's life, and we want to innovate something and bring something, and we have already started our research and development. Our team are already designing. We have already invested around 40 lakhs of amount in the fabrics and everything. So we are coming up with that so that we can be a part of their everyday life with our product. And secondly, again, that will also increase our website traffic to a lot higher. Because see, if you're not attending a wedding and if you're coming to our website and you're seeing all these designer wear sarees, then again, what will you do with that? Because we always hear customer. It is very important that for a brand also to analyze what you are actually doing and to step into the shoes of customers. That if you are a customer, will you buy that? So that's one question which we always ask to ourselves. To my every team member, I ask this repeatedly, that if you are a customer, will you buy this product? And at what price point will you buy it? And when will you buy it? So it is very important to know that. So for that reason,
Sure.
we are, as this is our first summer season and all, we are coming up with Lukse Daily. We are coming up with many designs which people can wear at Delhi for their office wear, for their airport looks, and every day. We can be a part of everyday life as well.
So tell me, Apurva, you already mentioned that what design works in Bangalore may not work in Calcutta, and that's the
Right.
biggest challenge of any fashion brand. So how you manage your design, your inventory, your sizes, and especially another challenge is designs that keeps getting outdated. So if there's an inventory and designs get outdated, I believe that is the biggest challenge for any fashion brand. So how you take care of that?
So what I do is, first, my entire world revolves around data and my tech. So firstly, we understand what the customer wants and at what location that customer is buying that. Okay, and again, so we ask three simple questions: what, when, and at what price point they are willing to buy it. So this data actually helps us take better designs and to create custom taste for that particular region, and then to cater that particular region with that particular taste. And secondly, when we have this data, when we get to know, okay, we are launching maybe let's suppose we are launching 6 designs today. Okay, and then we will observe, like in a particular, like let's suppose within 14 days, which are the designs, because it's always one case in fashion industry that if you launch 10 design, it is 100% chance that 10 out of 10 designs won't be. There will be one design which will be your hero design, which people will buy more and more and more, and there will be few designs which people may not buy that much. So again, having a in-house manufacturing is a very big advantage of us. So whatever designs you see in Lukse is completely manufactured by us, from procurement of fabric to coloring to the designing, everything is done in-house. So we always can keep a track on the quality as well as we have a control over the quantity. So the designs which are selling more, we make the repeat bulks for that particular design. And again, if the designs which we see that design is not working that much, we try to change the geographical location for that particular design. Maybe this design is not working in Mumbai, let's change the distribution channel, let's bring this design to Kolkata, and let's see if this design is working in Kolkata or not. If yes, then we will manufacture it in bulk. If not, then not. And again, we not in bulk, like we do a very limited quantity. That is again one more thing. We don't do mass productions. We design in a very limited batches. And after our observation, if we find like, okay, these are the best designs which is working everywhere. This sari is getting demand in Mumbai. This sari is getting demand in Delhi. This sari is getting demand in Bangalore. This sari is on demand in Kolkata as well. Then we live that particular design in our website, so that in website through anywhere in pan India, people can buy it.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I believe it's a very difficult job to handle the entire logistics, but I'm sure you're handling that. That is something you have cracked it. So now tell me about the future of Lukse. Where do you see Lukse in next 3 to 5 years?
So I see Lukse making a change in everyday life of women. And like, I want to see Lukse, it's not more that as a very big goal, like I want to be a 10,000 crore brand or a 20,000 crore brand. Definitely as a founder, I want to be. But personally, I want to see Lukse impacting people's life. And with, as I said, that with our designs, we want to make women feel more confident about themselves. So there is a personal reason of behind Lukse is that we are deep rooted with a thought and a mentality that this kind of celebrity designs will only look good on celebrities. It will not look good on everyday, every day, we are just like, if we are not a celebrities, these designs will not look good on us. So this is the kind of insecurity women face nowadays also, because when I launched Lukse and during this while I always speak with customers as much as I can, I always interact with customers, speak with them. So while speaking with them, I discovered that women have this insecurity. Even if they are capable of buying, they do not buy because of this fear. "Oh, ये डिजाइन बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है लेकिन ये मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगेगा." So we want to make this impact and this change, that okay, you were afraid to wear those designs because you thought those designs were designed keeping in mind the of the celebrities, right? But we are different. We are bringing those designers who have previously worked for celebrities. Now those designers will be designing for you, but not as a bigger celebrities, but to celebrate you and whatever you want and the way you want, so that at the end of the day you feel good about it. So yeah, I personally I want Lukse to be loved by millions of women and impacting and making a change in their life. And if a woman is feeling confident and she's feeling beautiful and she's actually feeling good about herself after wearing a Lukse sari or any design we are bringing in future, then definitely my job as an entrepreneur is successful, I would say that.
That is so beautiful. Very well put.
You are
I'm just a
doing so
year-old
well.
entrepreneur, so I don't know actually.
No, you're doing so well. Let me assure you. So there's last couple of questions. So Apurva, you're doing such a awesome work. Tell us about your team. What kind of team you have? I heard you have a co-founder. How you divide your work? How you divide the responsibilities? Can you tell a little about that?
So my co-founder is from NIFT Mumbai. He has done his master. His name is Kunal, and he has done his masters from NIFT Mumbai. And as well as that, he has a very good experience in working with celebrities, designers. So his experience actually helps a lot, because when you're building a fashion brand and having someone with such a with that particular background and with such experience is actually helps you to scale. because it helps us to take the decisions more faster, accurate, and that person, they have already like spent half of their life in this fashion industry, then they know what design will work, how these designs need to be done, how to launch this and plan the strategies ahead. And coming to tech, my founders are from IIT Mumbai. So again, they are very good in what they do. So I think this is one, I won't say like a planned strategy, but you can say that a coincident strategy is like having a very good team in the very early stage is a very added advantage of yours, because that actually saves a lot of time. And also, people trust you easily, because when you say that this design is actually designed by someone who has already worked for a celebrity designer, and we are not copying anyone, we are not copying any another designer and we are launching our design. No, we are actually taking into mind your consideration and we are delivering the products accordingly. So great team actually helps. And secondly, in our team, everyone is independent and they are a decision maker. So everyone knows that at what field they are good at, and the works are divided accordingly. And we are very passionate with anything when it comes to any designs or launch. What kind of design we need to launch? What are the designs? What are the fabric sourcing? How the models will look? How to do the photo shoot or anything like that? My co-founder handles that department, and he is very good and pro in that because he is very much passionate about that. When it
Right.
comes to anything technological, which it comes to like I need to develop this thing in my website, or I need to, we are currently also working on our app with many advanced features as well. So that we go to our like CEO and he decides, okay, these are the things, if we develop in IT, this will help us to scale more faster and grow
Oh,
more in a better way. And when it comes to strategizing, pricing strategy, what's the plan ahead, what are the financial decision needs to be taken, how much capital to allocate at what price point we need to launch our designs, and everything that is handled by me. So everyone is passionate about what they are doing and they are good in that. And at the same point, we are all on the same page that
right.
okay, if you are handling this thing, you are very good in this, you handle yourself, and if any case any help or we are taking any major decision, then we all will sit and have a conversation about it.
Sure, sure. So now coming back to funding. So what kind of funding you are looking forward to?
So honestly, I want a investor firstly as someone who believes in us, in believes in our future vision and mission. And apart from money, that person also brings in some value and adds some like their expertise in our company. Because that will help us to make better decisions. Again, at the same point of the time, we are very good in what we do. I'm passionate about this industry. I'm doing whatever I know and I'm putting my best. My co-founder is passionate about his designs and he's putting his best. My CTOs are doing at their best. But again, at the same point of the times, we are first-time founders. None of
Yep.
us has previously built a business and then we are building it for the second time. No, we are all doing it for the first time. So there are many places where we may go wrong. We may not take the wise decision because we don't know what will be the outcome ahead. So if an experienced person joins in and sit on the board with us and gives us the advice, okay, this decision will help you in the long run, and this decision will not below, won't be able to help you that much. That is actually very helpful. And secondly, they can also advise us like, what to do next, because we were also selected at IIM Calcutta Bengal Business Accelerator program there. So after that, we got different valuations from different investors. And as a very young brand, I've never done any kind of fundraising before. And I don't know how this process actually works. Maybe after doing a couple of rounds, I will also know and will learn. The one thing is about me and my team, we say can that we are always open to learn, and we are very adaptive. If we think that this change is going to make a growth in the company, is going to make an impact and help us to grow and take the brand to a next level, then we will definitely go for that change. We are not restricted, okay, we will do this only. No, if that change will help us to grow, we will definitely do that change. So to take these decisions wisely, definitely more than an investors, the people who are experienced in this particular field or have prior knowledge will help us to scale better.
Okay, okay. So that's nice. So we are almost coming to an end of this discussion. So many listeners of this podcast are young founders or aspiring entrepreneurs. So if someone wants to build a D2C brand into fashion today, so where should they start from? What will you advise them?
My one advice to them is listen to your customer. Don't build a brand of what you think that this will work. In actual reality, the world works differently, because understand what the customer is actually willing to buy. Because as a founder, we all love our product and services. It's like our baby, and we think that what products we have is the best in the world, but reality hits different. So before you actually invest a massive amount into this fashion industry, make few go out in the actual market. Do not just sit and rely on chat gpt, google, gemini ai. They are very great tools. They will definitely help you in scaling, but you need a real ground experience. Go and actually talk with people, show them your designs and product, and ask them are they willing to buy it. And based on that, you will get the real data and the real insights of the market as well, and it will help you to take better decision. Because fashion industry is very easy to come and very hard to survive. We see that in this industry there is no entry barrier. A lot of fashion startups comes up, like today this brand is coming, this brand is coming, this brand is coming. After 2 years those brands are no longer there. They all collapse, they shut down. So the thing is, instead of scaling it fast, scale it smart at first. Know your finances very well, that what is the budget you are working with. If you're working with a limited budget, do not overspend on ads, and do not overspend on models and big influencers. It is very important to know your budget. Take advice from people who have already worked in these industries. They will give you better insight what works and what does not work. And secondly, again, do not just go and randomly copy paste anyone's brand strategy. That product might work for them, might not work for you. That can be the case, because many people in fashion, we see that people come and they blindly copy someone else's brand, because it can be the case that this design is working for Zara, might not be working for you. Okay, so that can be a case as well. So build your own niche, and at the same time, while you're building it, observe that niche which you are working in is massive enough that you can reach enough customers and impact a lot of lives with it. So think as a brand and think about the future ahead. And I always believe that it's not a one day journey, it's a long journey. So do something which will impact in the longer run.
Yeah, that's so practical, Apurva. You mentioned that growing fast is not as good as going smart. Like growing smart is bigger than going fast. That's really nice. But if a new brand wanted to build into fashion, where would you like to them to start first, the offline or online?
Again, it completely depends upon which category they are working with and where are their target consumers actually are. As I
Okay.
said, I started offline, because sarees generally people buy it offline more than online still.
Okay.
If you are a trusted brand and already built your market, that's a different scenario for a younger brand, because we had already a very good team. And definitely, to bring a lot of this great talents in your team, you have to give them a good compensation as well. So I have strongly invested in my teams, my technology development, R&D, everything. So that's why in the first span of the time, my market budget was limited, and I know that my products, there is a very less chances to stand out in the market. You can have a very great product, but at the same point of the time, you understand this, like this industry is highly competitive. You are displaying your ad at the same point of the time, thousand other brands are also doing that, right? So you need to understand your probability of standing out, how you're going to stand out. So even if you are making a huge investment in this marketing and all, make this reels creative, come up with a story. And definitely, if you are starting with a t-shirt brand, or if you are starting as a western wear, you can start online first, because again the price point matters, the target customer matter, and at what you're building is also matter. If you are building a very luxury brand, then definitely it's better to go offline first and then come online when this brand presence is already available.
So, Apurva, we are in the final stage of this recording. So, we will quickly go through some rapid fire questions. So, try to answer them in less than 15 seconds. Define Lukse in 10 seconds.
Intelligent premium wear brand for today's young generation.
5 years vision for Lukse.
Impacting millions of women, making them feel more confident and beautiful about themselves.
Okay. So if you have to start again on a new venture or whatever venture, if you wanted to start today, which business you will be focusing on?
Fashion. And any one of the time.
Wow, that's great. Instagram ads or word of mouth, which is more powerful?
Both, but again, word of mouth gives you better reference than Instagram ads because people buy trust than just visuals.
One marketing channel that is underrated.
Distribution network.
Oh, wow, that's really nice. Biggest myth in fashion D2C.
All of my design works.
Oh, yeah. So, one trend in fashion that will die in next 3 4 years.
This is again can be a very controversial topic because no trend in fashion lives forever. Because trends comes for a particular period of time, and when that trend is over, that particular trends die. So for that reason, we also in Lukse, whatever designs we develop, we always go to the deepest end, and we see that to make some design timeless, which can be in design like in trends, irrespective of any trends which is currently going on. So if you are focusing on just one particular trend and making a huge stock out of it, my personal suggestion is don't do that because you do not know when the time will come and that trend will die and then your stock will go in completely waste.
Yeah, one mistake you made in your early days.
I made a lot of mistakes and I learned out of that. So yeah, the first mistake I did in my business is like as a very young entrepreneur and in business for the first time, whatever I'm making, my product will work.
Yeah.
And my product is a hero product and everyone will love my product. I'm here to make an impact and make a change. So you cannot make an impact in one single day and change also cannot be made in one single day. And again, it is not important that if you love one particular design or trend, everyone will love that. So we need to come out that myth and we need to actually step into the shoes of customer and understand what they actually want. Then only you will be able to stand in the crowded market as a brand. Otherwise, it is very challenging in fashion industry to survive because every day thousands of brands are turning up and you will never know that which brand will eat you up.
Sure. So again, similar question. Biggest learning from your journey so far?
Listen to the customers. Customers are real kings because your customer can make your brand and your customers can break your brand. And your instead of chasing to any investor, first let your customers be your real investors. Because if they are buying your product and they are investing on you and they are trusting you, you actually can go and scale up bigger.
Sure. Top 3 AI tools that every founder should use.
ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini AI.
Okay. Bootstrapped or funding, which is better?
Bootstrap, definitely. Because if you have a lot of funding in the early days and you are not experienced, you won't be knowing what is the actual allocation of funds you should do and what stage, how much you should burn. Because fashion is a very glamorous industry, both inside and out. In fashion, if I want to spend today, even as a founder, I want to launch new categories and I have infinite amount of budget in my hands and I do not have any experience on customer data or insight, I can go bankrupt the next year as well because
Yeah.
this is such a big industry. So when you are bootstrap, you actually have lack of capital, and that lack of capital actually helps you to make wiser decisions. And then first go bootstrap, learn, observe from the market, fund your business from your real investor, which is your customers. Understand what the customer really needs, and then develop the products accordingly. So I have like one rule in Lukse that whatever capital spent will be again reused in the next inventory cycle, which we will make. So whatever profits which you are generating, reinvest in your business again, and then let that capital start rolling in your business, and then go for fundraising. Because when you will go for fundraising, then it will and those fund will actually help you to scale. So be complete bootstrapped and build a very strong and solid base. Because in fashion, first think of survival. That is very important. If you know how to survive, then do the fundraising and go for your expansion and growth stage. It will actually help you.
Sure. So, one advice to young entrepreneurs.
Learn from everyone you can, irrespective of their age, field, and any profession they are into. If they can contribute something meaningful to your journey, that is really important. Learn, be adaptive, don't be rigid, be adaptive to any changes, and stay humble, stay grounded. Because again, yeah, entrepreneurship is not that glamorous as it seems. The back end is really very, very challenging. Be ready for that. Just do not enter because entrepreneurship nowadays is recognized as a glamour thing. It is not actually. If you are ready to survive the storms, then only enter it into entrepreneurship and learn from everyone you can. Be humble, network with the right people. It will actually help you to grow.
That's so awesome, Apurva. Thank you so much for sharing all the details, and thank you for joining us and sharing your journey so openly. I'm sure at this young age, you have shared your thought, and a lot of entrepreneurs will learn a lot from this podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time today.